Right now, many of us are familiar with the idea of all getting together on computers using programs like Zoom or Microsoft Teams or TeamViewer. They're really useful and brilliant things that allow us to share our lives with our loved ones. But criminals are also using these desktop sharing programs to get us to allow them into our bank accounts. Picture the scene. The phone rings, you're at home, and a robotic voice tells you your Amazon Prime renewal of £79 is going out of your account today. The voice invites you. If you think this is a mistake or you want to cancel, press 1. It happened to me on Saturday as I was in the kitchen. I knew it was a fraud, so I pressed 1 in the hope of catching a recording of the criminals in action. And here's what I got. Yeah, I can hear you. Is that Amazon?
Yep, Amazon.
You rang me to say my Amazon Prime was going to be renewed. Is that right?
But you said that you want to cancel it.
Yeah.
Right? So, is the computer turned on? Are you in front of the computer now?
Hang on.
First of all, open up Google.
Yeah. This man is claiming to be Andy from Amazon. Don't forget, I know Amazon hasn't renewed this, and this is nothing to do with them.
Okay. Now, in the Google, you type www.
Yeah.
Then T as in Tango.
Yeah. Andy went letter by letter through the word teamviewer.com to make sure I got it right.
Now what comes up?
It says remote desktop software.
Yes, click on that. You need to click on that.
Okay. And what does that give? What is this? What does that give me?
That will give you the personal and permanent cancellation ID number. Once it finishes, you will find an ID number and a password number. And you need to tell us that ID and password. So that when I gave him the fake ID and password that we'd made up, obviously what he was trying to do didn't work. So a few minutes later, I got a call from his boss. Hello?
Hello? Yeah. Hi, madam. This is David here, calling you back from Amazon Prime cancellation department.
Brilliant. Hello?
Okay, so you were having a word with one of my colleagues regarding your cancellation process. So you're still with your computer in front of you?
Yeah.
You can still see the ID number that starts with 531076.
Keeping me on the phone and telling me not to switch away from the TeamViewer page, David slowly went through the process again.
Can you confirm me that number once again?
Yep, hang on a sec. Put my glasses on. What's this for? Why do I need to do this?
This is for your Amazon Prime cancellation. This will help you, this software will help you to remove all the software and all the cookies and all the details that you have put it on the Amazon Prime.
Whilst he tried again with the fake numbers I'd given him, I tried to identify where he was calling from. He told me he was in London, but judging by the tropical-sounding birds in the background, he clearly wasn't. Where are you, David? What are those birds?
Are you, kidding with me?
And at that point, David realised I was fake. And sadly, I can't play you his response because it was abusive and obscene. So I asked Max Bruce from City of London Police what would have happened next had I given these two criminals the real ID numbers and passwords generated when I downloaded TeamViewer.
If you'd given him the genuine password and authorization code, what he would have been able to do is then use that to access your computer via the software that you have now downloaded. He could have moved your mouse about, he could have opened any folders that you have, he could have read any emails, for example, that you might have. What he would have looked to have done is probably download something onto your computer, which may have given him access to go into your computer any other time he liked. But he would really be looking at getting into your most important accounts. This might be accounts that you use for online shopping or also your bank account.
And he can do that while you're sitting there watching him do it. How do you not see your mouse moving about or him getting into your bank accounts?
He can basically take a screenshot of your computer and put that up on your view. So you actually just see an image on your computer thinking you're looking at your desktop, when he can be doing anything he likes behind that image. They might even ask you to go into your bank account while you're on the telephone to make sure that you get that refund. So they'll actually get you to log into the account. So they're getting through lots of the security layers that are often in place, and they can see all of this. And then once they're in your account, they may ask you for a one-time code to make sure that they can give you a refund, for example. But they'll be using that one-time code to set up a new account, a new payee for themselves, and moving your money into their accounts.
He was very keen that I didn't give him a bank account details or password, and he was also very keen that I got a move on with this.
Saying he doesn't want any passwords or anything. He's trying to reassure you there, making it sound more legitimate, that he's not trying to get those sort of personal details from you, because he doesn't need them, because he can see when you're typing them in onto the screen. You're doing that whilst he's got access to your computer. So you're bypassing all those security layers for him without your knowledge, but adding that sense of urgency in there to try and get you to maybe not challenge, not to think.
This is a vicious crime, isn't it? Because people have no concept of the impact of allowing someone to share their desktop. The damage is massive, isn't it?
It is. They have full access to your computer, and they can maintain that access as well. So it might not just be for that one session. They may have installed some software that allows them to get back in time and time again.
We now know since January more than 1,500 people have lost a total of more than £2 million in this way, because they haven't realised that by following the criminals' instructions and downloading something they think will help them, they are in fact helping the criminals steal their money. And in case you think you would never fall for this, listen to how Anita from Northern Ireland did exactly what the criminals said, and then she watched as £24,000 disappeared from her bank accounts.
I said, we don't even subscribe to Amazon Prime. So he said, oh, then somebody's compromised your security and they've gone onto Amazon Prime and we're going to have to sort this out for you. Then he said to me, so now can you access your bank on your mobile? I said, yes, I can. And the next one I looked and my accounts have been cleaned out.
Now, I've spoken with Amazon and TeamViewer, and both say this fraud technique has nothing at all to do with them, and they say the use of their name and software they take very seriously indeed. And it's fair to say blaming the software we're all using at the moment is like blaming the door if you've left it unlocked. The best advice is, if you get a phone call with any advice to press 1 or any other key, just hang up.